You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. Have you ever heard the 5 love languages? You know how we express love, but what about how we argue? Some couples feel like they're speaking completely different languages when fights happen. Here to give us a fresh take is Charlie Simpson from the Arkansas Relationship Counseling Center, here to help us fight better, not more, by understanding our conflict languages. All right, interesting topic, Charlie.
Yes, you know, when couples come to me, it's always about trying to get through a conflict, whether they're talking about money, intimacy, parenting. But, it's not about the topic. It's always about how we conversate and how do we get through the conversation. And so instead of the 5 love languages, I have the 3 conflict languages. So the first one, we'll jump right on in. We have the expressor. So the expressor is the person that has to be heard. They're going to try to get their point across, and it's not bad. They're just trying to find ways that they can get some type of answer so that they can move on. But they'll kind of bring that energy, hey, we need to continue trying to talk so we can figure it out. And then you have the contemplator. This is the individual that likes to just stay quiet, needs space to process things, in order to be able to figure out how they want to move forward with the conflict. But more importantly, what they're trying to do is just protect themselves from going into a situation that's going to cause the conflict to become worse. And then we have the third one, and this is the collaborator. And this is the person that needs immediate resolution. Like, I need an answer right now. They don't want to deal with the expressor or the energy that they bring or the emotions. They don't want to shut it down like the contemplator. They just want to fix it so that they can get it done and get it right. So those are your 3 different styles. So the question now becomes, which one are you? And I find myself kind of going between the contemplator and the expressor. It just kind of depends on the mood you catch me in.
You know what I appreciate about this conversation, though, is that, when couples are stuck in a conflict, it's very emotional. And of course, at the end of the day, you want to stay together, you want to get it resolved. If you have these definitions to, explain, hey, honey, I'm feeling expressive right now.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get through this conflict. I want it resolved, what have you, and defining it so that as I am telling you my message, you're receiving it in the way that I'm delivering, which is the point. Yes.
How powerful is that?
So powerful.
How powerful? If I can let my partner know, hey, I'm an expressor, I need to try to get through this. I don't care how many emotions we experience. I want us to stay in there so that we can figure it out. And then you can have, the contemplator say, I just need some space right now. Can we? And that can give them opportunities to negotiate, not negotiate, but compromise in the moment, to be able to say, hey, I can't hang with you with the emotions right now. Give me about 30 minutes. Let me go process, and I promise we can come back. That is so powerful for a couple to be able to understand those languages so that they can be able to speak each other's language even when they're in the conflict.
Do you know what I consider these? And I'm sure I'm, telling you something you already know, but in the years of talking to therapists and learning about reading books and things, these are tools that a therapist teaches you to use in your life as a skill set to apply in all different areas of your life. So if you review the segment again and really just look at how Charlie broke down those 3 different things, really identify, maybe where, you tend to lean, but, don't throw out the other 2 because often they may show up. But using these tools the next time you're in a conflict to say, honey, you know what I just learned? I'm an expressor. This means that when we're in this situation, this is why I'm behaving.
And even take a picture of the 3, rewind it, take a picture. I find myself taking a lot of screenshots of TV, but if you can take a picture of it and then be able to have a conversation with your partner, even before the conflict, so that you can have that education. And just like you said, it's a skill set. Just like any job, you have to have the skills to be able to do the job well. And the same happens with relationships. which one am I, and which language does my partner communicate, and how can we find ways to compromise and meet in the middle?
Yeah, again, these tools really help you navigate through some of these tough times, and a lot of times when you're in conflict, it's emotional.
Right.
And so all of a sudden you're making mistakes based on emotion. I take that emotion out, put the logic and the facts in, and all of a sudden, you know, you can get somewhere.
You're slowing it down, you're getting on the same page, and more importantly, you're not miscommunicating or speaking the wrong language, conflict language in the moment. And if you're able to utilize that in these moments, you'll find yourself slowing those conflicts down and finding ways to get through them.
Yeah, again, I go back to, you know, meeting a counselor like yourself. You teach us tools that we otherwise didn't even know were available to us. Simple and easy to use. I think everybody can identify with them. And again, it just, you know, gets everybody back on the same page.
There
I
you
love
go.
it so
There
much.
you go. Practice it at home.
That's it. Well, Charlie, great to see you.
Good being
Appreciate
here.
you. To learn more about your conflict language or to speak with a professional about working with your partner's conflict language, just contact Charlie and his team of licensed therapists at the Arkansas Relationship Counseling Center by simply scanning the QR code on your screen or by visiting arkansasrelationshipcenter.com. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Arkansas Style.